Hi everyone, welcome back to Stage 101. I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be showing my top 10 picks to dethrone Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. So at number 10, we got Damian Priest. I think in the case that he loses his Money in the Bank contract, he fails to cash in, I think it would be better not to have him completely slide down the card. Instead, have him beat Gunther. That would make sense. I mean, that would make him still look kind of credible. I've put this very low, though, at 10, just because of the fact that I don't think he's losing his Money in the Bank contract. I think he's going to go ahead and be a World Heavyweight Champion. And maybe after he loses the world title, he goes ahead and fights Gunther. I doubt. But that's just a scenario I'm throwing out there. Entering at number 9, I'm going to put Damian Priest, tag team member, Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor, I don't know how he hasn't held a singles title in a long time. I don't know how he hasn't held a world title since 2016. I mean, they had to give him at least one world title run after that one-day title. And I think, honestly, a world title is probably too late for that. Now, I'm going to just take it out of the books. I think we could definitely see Finn Balor hold the Intercontinental Championship, though. Him beating Gunther, that would be great. A banger match, first of all. And him beating Gunther kind of give him the deserved push he's been deserving that since 2016. So I think just beating Gunther is a feat of its own. It's not a world title, but still, it's better than nothing, right? Therefore, I would say that if Finn Balor and Gunther happens, that would be, I think Balor is going to win here with involvement of the Judgment Day or whatever. I just think he would make a good Intercontinental Champion after Gunther. It would be a good push for him to beat Gunther, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. I could see this happening, but at the same time, I don't see it happening. Alright, number 8 over here, I'm going to put Braun Strowman. There's been rumors of him returning. I think, honestly, if he returns and they give him a push, this would probably be the best thing to do. Have him fight Gunther and have him win. And especially if it's at WrestleMania, that would be pretty nice. That would be a overall deserving moment for Strowman. But since he is injured, he is not returned yet. I'm going to keep it at 8 right now. In the case he does return sooner than later, I will put it a little bit higher. Alright, at number 7, I'm going to put Sheamus. Thing is, Sheamus has been out with the injury for like a long time, and I feel like at this point, it's just that they have nothing to do with him for creative. I think, honestly, they could definitely set up a story here because Sheamus and Gunther have had banger after banger after banger. So I think a story that Sheamus is going to become like a Grand Slam champion, winning the one title he hasn't won yet. And I think, again, at WrestleMania is where it makes sense. If Sheamus does get his moment at WrestleMania by beating Gunther, I personally think that would be awesome, right? So I'm going to put him at 7, though, just because he hasn't returned yet. And they haven't planted any seeds of a return. They should be doing this after Elimination Chamber soon enough, if it happens. At number 6, I'm going to go ahead and put Kofi Kingston. I think that he hasn't held a title in a long time, right? Yes, it's been a really long time since he hasn't held a title. So I think WWE might as well give him a push here to be the guy to beat Gunther. I would not be mad with this. I just think that there's a few people who deserve the moment more than him just because they haven't gotten theirs yet. For example, our number 5, his teammate Xavier Woods. He's never won a WWE championship or anything, right? I feel like he's been a mid-card champion before, but I think beating Gunther would be, honestly, a good way to end this whole story with New Day and Imperium, and finally get Woods the respect he deserves. He's never been a world champion, but hey, beating Gunther, the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time, I mean, I would take it. I'd be happy about this, I'm going to be honest. And they haven't had a match, as far as I remember, they haven't had a match yet. So this would be pretty cool, and for it to happen at WrestleMania, you know, with Big E and Kofi in Woods' corner, and then Imperium in Gunther's corner. Perfect match, man. I would honestly like that a lot, opening out one of the nights of WrestleMania. And Woods winning, that would be awesome. Now we move on to number 4. Number 4, I'm going to have to go ahead and put Braun Breaker. I think he's on SmackDown. I'm not really too sure. He just won the NXT Tag Team Championships. But I think I've heard a lot of people say that Braun Breaker might be the guy to dethrone Gunther. And I'm thinking maybe he can. He might be the guy to dethrone Gunther. So I'm going to put him over here because if they want to have him on the main roster debuting as a beast, this is probably the best way to do it. Have him dethrone the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. I could see this happening. I don't think he's going to... I feel like he doesn't really need to yet. But if they want to make him a big deal right off the bat, that's a really good decision to look into. At number 3, I'm gonna put Sami Zayn. I personally really don't like having Sami Zayn be a mid-card champion. I think he could be a world heavyweight champion. I think he's gonna find himself in the world heavyweight championship match at some point, some way at WrestleMania. And also watch my video about Sami Zayn. I should have it linked in the description, so I can tell you what I think is gonna happen. His whole world title, mid-card title plans, how I think he's gonna have a 2024 in WWE. But I just don't think he's a mid-carder, you know? Though Sami Zayn beating Gunther would be awesome, I think Sami Zayn is going to be the guy to win the 2024 Money in the Bank. So having him win a mid-card title and also having the Money in the Bank doesn't work because he loses credibility as a Money in the Bank holder once he loses the mid-card title, the Intercontinental title. Losing it before Money in the Bank would be a small reign, which again doesn't make sense unless it's by interference or something. I think it's better just to not have Sami Zayn beat Gunther. But this would be a banger match, and knowing that Sami Zayn has nothing to do at WrestleMania, I can see this being very likely that it happens and Sami Zayn dethrones Gunther. I wouldn't be mad, but I wouldn't be happy because I think he can do better. I mean, I personally would like it, but I think Sami Zayn deserves the world title. At number 2, I'm going to go ahead and put main event Jey Uso. First of all, Jey Uso, he has a match against Gunther now scheduled for this upcoming episode of Monday Night Raw. The reason why I don't think he's going to win it, I'm going to put him high because he has a scheduled match, right? I'm putting him at number 2. He has a match scheduled, first of all, and he's probably the biggest threat to Gunther's title reign so far. Most people are saying that he is going to end up winning this. I disagree with that. I think Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso is happening at WrestleMania. So that doesn't need a title to fight. Therefore, I think Jay's not going to get the title and take it into WrestleMania. I think Jimmy goes ahead, attacks him mid-match when he's about to get the win. I think we could see, similarly to the SummerSlam 2023 ending, Jimmy comes in, attacks, and Jay doesn't win his title until later sometime in 2024. But that's how I see it playing out, though, since it is a scheduled match. A lot of people are saying that Jay might win, therefore I'm going to put him pretty high on this list. But I just think Gunther's not going to lose until WrestleMania because this title reign cannot end on Monday Night Raw, if I'm going to be honest. And now, number 1, I'm going to have to put Chad Gable here. So, we haven't really seen anything since September, Chad Gable versus Gunther. But I feel like this is one of those, they had 3 banger matches. Chad Gable being the only guy to beat Gunther in a one-on-one match. Yes, it was by count out, but a win is a win. So, I think just because of that, they're going to find some way to have Chad Gable beat Gunther. Have some way they should do it. The fans are... I mean, Chad Gable's over with the fans ever since his feud with Gunther. It would be an amazing match, 5-star match for sure. To have it at WrestleMania, that would be awesome. I think Gable finally getting the pin on Gunther, now that would be great. So he's my favorite to win against Gunther. They have not done anything with this storyline since September, but this story never got a good ending. Therefore, I'm going to say somehow, some way, he's going to go ahead and dethrone Gunther. And I have, ever since Chad Gable and Gunther fought, I've had this idea that Gable is going to be the guy to dethrone Gunther. I'm still sticking with this. And I think if we see Gunther and Gable sometime at WrestleMania, Chad Gable's definitely winning. That's why I put him at number 1. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know who I may have missed on this list. And let me know who you would put at 1 through 10, in fact. Anyways, I'd appreciate if you leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.